So this was a very emotional episode, Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man episode 8, and Peter wakes up in the hospital since he took a really big beating last episode, and right by his bedside is Mr. Osborn himself. Turns out he is in this lab facility where they have their own little hospital, and this conversation kind of turns south in a way. Peter's thinking about how he wants to save all these people, and in a sense, he's feeling sort of powerless after what happened last episode. As well as Mr. Osborn is like, I don't need you at this current state, Peter. You should probably go back, we're good. And Mr. Osborn kind of goes, hey, whenever you feel better, just leave. And then he makes his way out. After this, Peter, of course, makes his way back home. On his way out, he actually gets to see his old lab buddies from the facility. Turns out his project was very brilliant, so that's nice. But he ends up getting home, and it was really sad in a lot of ways seeing this. Emotional, right? Aunt May is there, and he's trying to go past her, trying to hide the fact he's in this arm cast, he's bandaged up, and she does not buy that. She's already been lied to once by Harry on the phone saying that he was staying the night Peter was, but she sees him all mangled up. And this conversation is like a really wholesome moment where Peter is like talking about how he's messed up really bad and he just wants to do better. So he knows his flaw and what he's done wrong here. He also doesn't want people to get hurt. So it's definitely character growth, and it's great to see this from a character overall. Now, moving from this, we go to the next part. So, Dr. Octavius actually got the SWAT team called in on him, and, well, every force, including the military. It kind of goes hectic. So, we get to see inside of his lab, and his situation, of course, he's like playing video games late at night while also ordering many things he probably shouldn't have, including precious metals, having to fill out these forms. Yeah, and all of a sudden, SWAT team comes in, and then boom, they all kind of get beat up by this Octo Hands out of nowhere. And as he's making his way out, picking up all this like money, he has this like cattle prod. It was just stupid. He's out, and he gets stopped by more military police or something, and yeah, he kind of goes past them, and this is where the final straw hits in for him. He gets stopped by Iron Man. That's where he finally gives up. So, do we think he's actually in jail or imprisoned? We don't know. We really don't know. We would like to guess so. I feel like Tony Stark is something or someone that he would respect, not something. But yeah, that's all we got for Doctor Oct for now. Um, moving from this, we kind of go back to Peter. He ends up trying to call Nico and leave a message. Nico hasn't been really answering his texts or his calls, so hopefully we get to see him make up. But anyway, between all this, Pearl ends up, I believe, calling him, and he answers, and she's like, "Hey, come to my house. We'll go do the project," because of course they had that Skull Project thing. Anyway, he gets to her house, and they're kind of having this common ground meetup. We get to see where they're kind of like have some lightness together, almost like they're getting ready to fall for each other, but not really at the same time. And then during all this, we have someone knock on the door, and it ends up being Lonnie. We're already teased with some text messages and calls that Lonnie's left her. And, well, Pearl kind of excused herself from Peter inside. They go out together to talk, and Lonnie's basically, hey, it's the end of this. Basically breaking it off with Pearl, saying I'm gonna go full time for the gang. So he's gonna ride or die for this gang. Probably doesn't really care. Anyway, he's like making his way off. Of course, Peter has super hearing because of his Spider-Man power, and Pearl's like heading back to the house as she's crying, and she's looking for Peter. She's like, "Where's Peter? Where's Peter?" Ends up he goes out this window and gets in front of Lonnie to try and talk. And that's where we have a little bit of a situation here. Lonnie ends up telling Peter off. And Peter knows he's going to have to be stronger to fix everything. That's just all it is. It's building Spider-Man to be stronger in a sense. But yeah, sad part about Lonnie, he's basically far gone in terms. Um, from this though, we have the gang getting some weapons, which I think is pretty insane in itself. Don't know what they're going to be getting, but they're going to go meet up at Dr. Ock's lab. So, probably leftover pieces and parts. Maybe the Ock suit. We shall see. Now, on that note, I guess we put the final nail in the coffin, and this is what I would call huge finale, right? So, Peter has been most definitely in this bad headspace, so he goes to the only other person that he can talk to, like Aunt May, Mr. Osborn. He goes to the office, and, well, Harry's there as well. Harry gets sent out into the hallway. They have this conversation, and now Mr. Osborn explains what he needs from Spider Man. He needs Spider Man to show power, to be respected. He needs respect for Spider Man. And it's actually interesting because it is kind of a bad thing to hear. It sounds quite evil, almost like a Green Goblin thing. So don't be surprised if he turns sour over time, guys. Do not be blindsided by what is going on so far. Okay, Mr. Osborn ends up having some chores to do. Harry comes back in. Conversations are going on about Nico and so on. And yeah, Harry is just young like Peter and not really too helpful. But big thing happens is a call happens. I think some chase or something's going on. And Peter's like, you know what would Spider-Man do? He would go out there and go get it. But oh wait, I don't have a costume because his old one got damaged. So now Harry's like, look, I got you covered. And then they reveal the new costume, which is his regular red suit. Massive. We do not get to really see it. We get to see it from the eyeballs, which is a good view. Because it's just like we're seeing it from Peter's view set. Really good episode. And I honestly like this a lot. It's setting it up. Very emotional, powerful, great character growth here overall for everyone. I would say this is an 8.6. So the rating, 8.6, guys. Question of the day is, do you think that Lonnie's going to end up getting the Dr. Oct weapon? Anyway, guys, hope you stay safe. Until next time, peace out.